Welcome to the Agentic AI podcast. Okay,
Uh-huh.
let's unpack this. Imagine your web browser, right? But it's not just showing you information. It's actually doing things for you, thinking for you, maybe even creating stuff. Sounds pretty futuristic, doesn't
This
it?
really does.
Well, today we're diving deep into something pretty groundbreaking from back in 2025, Opera Neon. And look, this isn't just another browser update. People are calling it the first truly agentic AI browser, which, is super relevant for anyone interested in where enterprise AI automation is heading.
Yeah, what's so fascinating here, I think, is how Opera Neon really highlights this bigger trend in AI. We're seeing this shift, right, away from just simple assistance towards genuinely, agentic capabilities. We're talking about systems that don't just react. They anticipate needs, they can execute really complex multi-step actions, and even generate content all on their own. So we'll explore what that actually means for, your daily digital life, and crucially, how it connects to what's happening in enterprise automation, drawing on what we know about these agentic platforms today.
Right. So our mission for this deep dive, we want to pull out the core ideas behind Opera Neon's agentic side, figure out its revolutionary features, see how it's stacked up against the competition back then in 2025, and ultimately what this all means for the future of browsing and really beyond that. Should be some real aha moments, I think. Okay, so let's cut to the chase. What exactly makes Opera Neon an agentic AI browser? That word agentic, that's the key, isn't it?
It absolutely is.
It's moving beyond just, typing in a query and getting a result.
Yeah.
It's about anticipating, executing, even creating. It's meant to turn that kind of passive browsing we all do into something more like a proactive collaboration.
Yeah, and to connect that agentic idea a bit more, think of it like this. The AI isn't just a tool you command for one little step. It's more like an intelligent entity, maybe?
Yeah.
Something that can take initiative. It can figure out the steps needed for a complex goal, make decisions along the way to achieve it. It sort of brings this human-like reasoning into the browser itself, which is honestly a huge leap.
Okay, and here's where it gets really interesting, I think. Opera Neon works in three main modes: chat, do, and make. We should probably break those down because they really show off this agentic stuff.
Definitely. They make it concrete.
All right, first up, chat mode. Think natural conversations,
Yeah.
like talking to a digital confidant, asking questions, brainstorming ideas.
Mm.
Anything from, I don't know, recipe ideas to career tips. It's interactive.
Right, more fluid than just a simple Q&A. It understands context.
Exactly. Then you've got do mode.
Yeah.
And this is where the automation really, really kicks in. This lets Neon actually perform tasks for you. Things like web surfing, research, even online shopping.
And this raises a really important question. Just how autonomous is it? Let's take booking a hotel, for example.
You okay?
You don't just say search hotels. You'd tell Neon something much more complex, like find and book me a budget-friendly hotel in Paris for next weekend.
Oh, and make sure it has a view of the Eiffel Tower and good reviews.
Right, a whole set of conditions. Exactly. And Neon then goes off, scour the web, compares options against your criteria, checks availability in real time, it might even check reviews, and then potentially complete the booking. It factors in past preferences, too. That's a multi-step, complex task that, a traditional browser just can't handle on its own.
Wow. Okay. That's definitely more than just searching.
And that mirrors exactly the kind of multi-step process automation enterprises want from agentic AI.
Okay, that makes sense. And the third mode, make mode. This sounds like the creative one.
It really is.
Yeah, this feels genuinely revolutionary. It allows the browser to actually build things, websites, games, other digital stuff, just from simple prompts.
Yeah, imagine giving it a prompt like, create a responsive e-commerce site for handmade crafts.
Hmm.
Neon could then generate the HTML, CSS, JavaScript, deploy a basic prototype, maybe even suggest ways to make it better.
Without you needing to code.
Pretty much. Or say you're a hobbyist, right? Design a simple puzzle game about space exploration. And it could potentially craft the code, the basic assets, the game logic, ready for you to test right there in the browser.
That's incredible.
And this capability, it directly mirrors how platforms like, say, lowtouch.ai allow businesses to build and deploy agentic workflows or apps without deep coding expertise, democratizing creation, speeding things up.
So when you put chat, do, and make together, what you get is, well, it sounds like more than just a browser. They call it the ultimate personal assistant. It chats, it solves problems, it even creates and entertains.
And beyond the creative side, that problem-solving ability is really significant. Think about troubleshooting some tricky tech issue, you know? Neon could guide you through the steps. Or breaking down a big, complex project into actual actionable steps, maybe even with timelines. That level of help isn't just convenient for us as individuals. It really reflects the efficiency gains businesses are chasing with agentic AI, streamlining complex stuff.
Okay, and here's something else that caught my eye, especially for people who aren't always online. It's offline functionality.
Yes, that's a big one.
Apparently, it's pretty robust. Unlike a lot of AI tools that need that constant cloud connection, Neon uses local AI models and cached data, which means it can keep doing stuff, chatting, generating, maybe executing some tasks, even if you lose your internet connection.
Yeah, and that's huge for travelers, remote workers, anyone in patchy connectivity areas. Imagine being on a flight, no Wi-Fi, but you can still quickly code a script or draft a plan or maybe mock up a design.
That's genuinely useful.
Absolutely. This kind of hybrid approach, using local power when needed, is critical for productivity and business continuity. It shows real resilience.
Okay, so let's shifting gears a bit.
Yeah.
By 2025, AI in browsers was really heating up, right? It was the new battleground.
Oh, definitely. Everyone was jumping in.
So how did Opera Neon actually stack up against its main rivals back then?
Right. So the main players we were looking at were Microsoft Edge with its Copilot, Google Chrome with Gemini integrated, Brave with Leo, and Firefox's AI previews. Each had its strengths, for sure, but Neon was really trying to carve out its own space based on being truly agentic.
Okay, let's walk through them. Edge Copilot.
Edge Copilot was good, especially integrated with Microsoft 365, great for summarizing pages, generating text, helping with work tasks, but it felt more assisted than truly agentic compared to Neon. It helped you do things step by step, but it wouldn't typically, say, autonomously book that whole Paris trip or code a full website from a single prompt. It needed more guidance.
Gotcha. What about Chrome with Gemini, Google's powerhouse?
Yeah, Chrome and Gemini were super strong on search enhancements, content generation, leveraging the whole Google ecosystem. Very fast, very reactive, but again, maybe more reactive. When you look at those make capabilities, like building a whole game, Neon seemed to push further. Gemini might give you great ideas or code snippets, but maybe not the full executable build from one command.
Okay. And Brave Leo, known for privacy.
Exactly. Brave's Leo focused on privacy-first AI assistance. Chatting, summarizing, all while blocking ads. Secure, efficient, great for privacy-conscious users. But its agentic functions were more limited. It would chat and summarize well, but wasn't really designed for coding websites or handling those complex end-to-end tasks like bookings. More about enhancing the browsing experience.
Right. And finally, Firefox AI previews. Mozilla's take.
Mozilla was being cautious, experimental, focusing on ethical AI, recommendations, accessibility, open source, customizable, which is always appealing. But in terms of advanced automation, especially compared to Neon's offline coding or multi-step Do tasks, Firefox was definitely lagging behind at that point, still very much in preview stages.
Okay, so summing it up.
Well, if you look at the bigger picture of agentic AI development, Neon's edge really came from its versatility. It blended that automation, the DAW mode, with genuine creativity, the make mode, in a way the others were still catching up to. It was that full generation of content, the execution of complex multi-step tasks autonomously, that really set it apart from the more assistive or reactive approaches. It felt like a step beyond just being a smart assistant.
Right. So what does this all really mean then? Why was Opera Neon seen as potentially the future of browsing?
I think because it wasn't just about making browsing better. It felt like a glimpse into an AI-driven future where tech anticipates what you need and really amplifies your potential. And for businesses, its capabilities directly reflect what agentic platforms like lowtouch.ai aim to achieve, creating digital workers, automating entire processes. Neon showed how you could streamline everything from mundane stuff like booking hotels to complex things like custom web development. That means maximizing productivity, maybe ensuring compliance through automation, and just accelerating innovation overall. It's a powerful demonstration.
Yeah, that connection is clear. So
Yeah.
whether you're like a busy professional trying to get things done on the move, or maybe a creative type wanting to build something offline, this kind of agentic tech offers real efficiency, deeper engagement. It sounds pretty exciting, actually.
It is.
It's a great example of how agentic AI is moving from maybe niche enterprise uses into tools we could all potentially use every day. It feels transformative.
Yeah.
So this deep dive into Opera Neon really gives us a pretty vivid picture of what an intelligent browser could be. One that doesn't just, fetch web pages, but actively participates in your digital life, helps you out. creates things. It's fascinating to think about how these agentic capabilities might weave themselves even more deeply into our daily routines, both at work and at home.
Indeed. And, it really makes you think. As these AI agents get more autonomous, both in our browsers and inside company systems, what kind of new ethical frameworks do we need? What about user control? How do we make sure we innovate responsibly? How do we find that balance between letting these powerful tools boost efficiency and making sure we still have the right oversight, especially when they start thinking and doing more for us?
That's a really powerful thought to chew on as we all try to navigate this incredibly fast-moving digital world. The implications are just huge for all of us and for enterprise automation. Well, thank you for joining us on this exploration of agentic AI and Opera Neon. We really hope you've gained some valuable insights into what the future of browsing might look like and how agentic AI is reshaping our digital interactions.